Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on TEW, Texas Elite Wrestling results, dated back from December, whenever I made my debut, and called Battlefield 2012 from December the 2nd. They also did a double taping that day for December 3rd as well. And also the anniversary show from later on, December 20th, right before Christmas. Well, Battlefield starts off the show with an interview from Hunter Dude Preston, initials HDP. He was asked a few questions, and names start popping up about who he could possibly be facing if they won the Rumble in the show. Names like Max Navarro, Sean Cordova, and then he was asked about his brother Chris Preston. His facial expression then changed 180 degrees, but he did say that he would just give up his title by forfeit. Next promo was the last of the real faction, Chris Preston, commenting how they are so great with the walking legend, Court Caution himself, who is not even from this universe. The upcoming superstar, Brad Maddox, Kuza, and himself saying that he's better than anyone in the ring. Chris then comments on the Rumble itself, and they each say if the other can't win, then the other should. And Brad then ends the promo by saying the entire show is named after him. No shenanigans. And finally, the show actually starts off with the number one contender battle royal. The one that I was in is number 17. To earn a shot at HDP title, number one entry, Court Caution, versus number 2, Tiger T. They battle till number 3 comes in. That's Brad Kuza. And they double team Tiger T until number 4, Colton Shane, comes in. Tiger and Brad square off while Colton Shane and Court battle till number 5. Fantastico comes in and goes after Colton, and Tiger gets eliminated, thrown out by Court. And then Brad, number 6, comes in. Max Lazaro. And number 7, Excelente Astro comes in too, and hoists Court, and Max Court protects Brad in the corner while Astro takes Colton to the ropes and tries to eliminate him as number 8 as number 8 comes in, Brad Tonic, who comes in with kicks to Court and a big clothesline to Brad Kuza. Max grabs Tonic, throws him to the corner with chops as Colton Shane double clotheslines Excelente and Fantastico, and both get simultaneously thrown over the top, so both of them are eliminated. That's the first 2 eliminations. Number 9, Justin Shane, and comes in and strikes Court and Colton, and then chops Max in the corner, and then Irish whips Max to the ropes as he gets help from Court. They double team him over to the apron, and Colton comes in for the save momentarily while Colton grabs Justin away as Court then drop kick Max outside to the ground and is eliminated. Justin grabs Colton by his long ponytail and drag Colton over the top rope. Elimination number 4. Number 10, Jason Sky, as he comes in, goes after everyone as Justin Sane tries to crossbody Jason. He eliminates himself, flying to the ground. Kuza and Jason battle it one-on-one in the corner, and in the opposite corner, Court is being pushed over the corner. As number 11, K Ranger enters and saves Court from being eliminated. Jason holds Court from behind while K Ranger chops Court. They double team chop Court over. Brad Kuza, number 12, was announced as Pain but delayed as Court. Then low blow Jason as number 12 finally comes in. That's Pain. Finally enters and clotheslines Tonic. Then kicks the rest of the talent in the ring. Tried to eliminate Kuza, but Court made the save. Tonic and K Ranger doubled up on Pain. Jason Sky joins in on the beat down on Pain as number 13, Rage, enters and clothesline Tonic to the ropes. As he was falling into them, Pain tried to throw Tonic over as K Ranger and Rage battled on the opposite side of the ring. Rage then suplexed K Ranger in the corner, suplexed by Rage on Ranger, while Tonic and Pain dual punched, clothesline by Tonic. On Pain as Court and Kuza have Jason in the corner as number 14, Chris Preston, enters the ring. The last of the real are all in the ring now. Chris strikes all but his faction. Pain and Tonic go at each other. till Payne tried to take out Kuza as Chris makes the save. As Court clotheslines Tonic almost out of the ring. Chris goes back and hits 3 guys before number 15, Raging Steel comes in. It's another guy coming in with forearms and kicks to all. Payne finally eliminates Tonic when he wasn't paying attention in the ring. Very much. That's what he gets for not paying attention. Out he goes. Laugh out loud. Khan enters an uppercut. Enters the ring. And there's an uppercut to Rage. Then goes to beat down Court. SK Ranger was eliminated by Chris Preston as Payne eliminated Rage of Steel as number 17 myself. Tommy Kerr entered from the top rope. Unlike anybody else, delivered a forearm smash on Payne as I landed on my feet kind of, and on my hip kind of. Since I was getting up and tried adjusting what I was doing in midair, because I've never jumped off the top rope in a match before, 3/4 across the ring, never knew if I could fly that far as my first Rumble. I'm learning from my mistakes. Chris Preston had just dropped Payne over the turnbuckle. That's where and who I tried to try my luck on before moving to strike Chris Preston. As I was trying to Irish whip Chris, he reversed and kicked me into the gut and Irish whipped me, taking the breath out of me while I was on the other side of the ring. I was trying to go after Court Caution that had Colin wrapped up in the corner. As number 18, Michael Cross comes in and rakes my eyes, and then there's a few blows to me and to my eye, which got me staggering enough for Payne to come over and deliver a forearm and then a spin around and threw me over the top to eliminate me. Chris and Court double teamed Khan in the corner while Cross had Kuza on the top turnbuckle as Kuza countered him with a DDT. Number 19, Anthony Craze enters and hits everyone. Chris helped Payne from behind while Court could deliver some punches that then Payne dropped out as the way out of the way, and Court hit Chris, and Craze drop kick across in the corner and turns into a Payne, who gave him a spin around backbreaker. And number 20, Sean Cordova enters the ring as Khan. Khan has Chris has a Samoan drop and goes after Court as he kicks Rage in the corner, delivers a clothesline to Craze. Cordova sends Kuza into Court, laying him in the corner, and then double stomps on both Cross. As he thinks he threw Payne over, and he held the top rope and pulled himself back in the match. Payne then beats down on Craze, and then turns into Cross, then eliminates Cross over the top rope. Number 21, Corey Summers, as he goes over after Rage, and Cordova saves Rage as they double up and couldn't get little guy over. He countered out. Number 22, Mongoose enters and stomps down on opponents as Corey and Mongoose double on Rage. Payne comes and takes Mongoose. Corey chokes Rage on the mat as number 23, Pooch entered as Craze got Rage on the top rope, and then he got to the apron, and Craze drop kicked Rage, and he's eliminated out of the match. And Craze celebrates as Cordova threw Craze and eliminates him out. Then Corey tries to eliminate Cordova over, and Khan made the save, but threw Corey out as well as he's eliminated. Cordova held the ropes. Cordova then goes to beat down on Mongoose while Khan has Pooch down, choking him. As Court and Chris talk a bit, Court tries to eliminate Cordova as Chris and Mongoose tangle up. Kuza joins in and tries to help Court as they get Cordova over, still holding the bottom rope. Chris throws Mongoose over as he's momentarily tried to spring back in the ring, and Chris drop kicks him out and eliminates him. Khan tried throwing Chris over as he held the ropes as he tried to climb back in. The hard way, he got thrown to the middle rope, spinning awkwardly. Khan then clotheslined Pooch as he's getting up. Court chokes Cordova on the bottom rope. Khan threw Pooch to the ropes, and he didn't go over, but delivered an uppercut that took Pooch out as eliminated. Cordova and Khan agreed to double team the last of the real members. Kuza, who gets kicked Then Khan uppercut him down to the mat, spinning. Court demanded one-on-one with Khan, who I understood that's his mentor. He then told Khan he wants his chops. He got his demand as the crowd laughed. He asked for another as he said he hit his shoulder as Khan tried. Court dodges and Chris super kicked Khan and him and Court threw Khan over the top rope. So now it's down to Last of the Real versus Cordova. Kuza runs over Cordova as Cordova slides to the side. And Kuza landed on the ropes. And Cordova just shoves him over and he's eliminated. So it's 2 on both of the Real versus Cordova. Court does the same thing and he's on the ropes. Cordova spanked him on the butt and eliminated him, leaving it down to Chris Preston and Sean Cordova. They argue as also pie face each other as Chris goes for Cordova. He then gets back body drop to the apron. Cordova thinks he's won. Chris comes back in and super kicks him. And eliminated, and now number 1 contender after the match goes to the Jack Swagger push-ups and challenges his brother. Chris Preston versus Hunter Dude Preston. And Hunter Dude Preston obliges and demands Jason Sky come out as the current president. Hunter said he forfeits the title, but then Jason says to him he's not forfeiting the title. Chris comes to Jason and says, yeah, he forfeits it. And Jason said to Hunter, if he shakes his hand, it's a deal. Chris again comes in as Hunter also comes in. Hunter sucker punched his brother. And then the mic and said as Jason's hand was still up to put it down, the match is on. And then said if he loses the match, his career means nothing. And he'll stand at the gates of hell and see eye to eye and say that he is better than you. And that's for America. And exits the ring. Elite Championship match. Submissionist challenge match. Elite champion Michael Cross versus one half of the tag team champions Tiger T. Match starts with classic tie up until up into side headlock by Tiger T. Cross counters with a side slam. Forearms and kicks from Cross. Snapmare into a cross arm breaker. Then comes behind with a back chin lock stretch. Tiger T gets up and elbows out. Side headlock again by Tiger. Cross counters with an arm lock. Cross counters with a wrist lock. Tiger counters with a wrist lock and a suplex. Tiger with a lead lock. Takedown submission attempt. Cross escapes the ring. Tiger goes after him. Cross gets back in the ring and kicks Tiger when he comes back in. Knees to the back. Wrist lock. While Tiger's down, bites his hand and he no gives. Cross has Tiger in a tree of woe and pulls down on his neck outside the ring until it still doesn't give up. Cross with a abdominal stretch. Tiger then stops his toes and then hip tosses Cross. And it gets an cross arm breaker on Cross. Bridge STF attempt submission. Cross counters into a side headlock into a partial Irish whip hair pull down to the mat. He then threw Tiger out of the ring. Cross tried to Irish whip, but Tiger countered with a kick to the knee. And a whip hair pull again down to the mat. He threw Tiger out of the ring. Cross tries an Irish whip, but Tiger counters with a kick to the knee. Grabs his arm and does a famous like move on the ground. They took it to the bleachers where Tiger T sharpshooted him on the bleachers for the tap out win. New Elite Champion, Tiger T. He come back in the ring to show his new belt, but Justin Shane comes out, and him and Michael talk about Michael explaining how he tried to, as Justin asked what he's doing, as Michael allows Tiger T to climb the ropes and show the belt on the second attempt. They double team bit on Tiger T. Justin grabbed the belt and struck Tiger with it, as Michael picks up Tiger and delivers a toss-up RKO only a few feet off the mat. They attempt a double-team move from the top rope when his tag team partner, Rage, makes a save. And they exit the ring. Anthony Craze versus Khan in a match. Anthony ducks a lock-up and says he's too smart and does it again. But the third time, Khan shoves him down so quick. They lock up briefly. Khan shoves him under the bottom rope and to the ground. Back in the ring again, Craze ducks another lockup and pie faces Khan in the back of the head. Craze ducks another lockup and a hand to the face. Pie faces Khan. They finally lock up again and Khan side headlocks and as Craze countered out and runs into a shoulder block and he rolls from the ring. Waits a 7 count before breaking the count, then back outside as Khan then chases him around the ring and Khan re-enters the ring as Craze beat him to the mat with a forearm and drop kicked Khan still on the mat for near the ropes. Craze tried to Irish whip Khan, but he countered and delivered a Samoan drop and then delivered a back chop as Craze escaped the ring again. Khan went after him and gets on the apron. And Craze gut punched him to the ground and beats him near the front row of the fans. And pushes Khan back in the ring with his lower back hitting the ring apron. And then kicks and punches. He got Khan up on the ring with the head draped out and delivered a drop kick to his head while outside the ring. Craze then gets a pin attempt at 1. And then chops and punches from Khan. Irish whip splash attempt from Khan that missed Craze. Went to deliver a high knee to his back. Snapmare kick to Khan's back. Craze then tries running the ropes into a double knees pin attempt for a 2 count. He then gets Khan in the corner and delivered 4 kicks to his chest, then runs the ropes, tries for a drop kick that missed. He hits the turnbuckles with his feet. Khan picked him up and big chopped Craze's chest 2 times, then whips him to the top of another corner, delivers a forearm to his head, then for a shoulder block, but Craze moved and Khan hits the ropes as Craze delivers a spinning kick for a 2 count. Craze then gets a running Russian leg sweep for another 2 count as Khan grabs the ref's arm before the 3rd count hit. Craze attempted again and Khan gets the uppercut and goes up top, but Corey Summers came down on the apron and distracted Khan that sets up Craze with a messed up running Russian leg sweep for a 3 count. They beat down Khan until Payne makes a save as Khan was dazed. And when he seen it, it was Payne who saved him. Payne demanded the mic. Payne said for them to team up as the hardest hitting guys in the company, leaving it open as words weren't understandable from the mic, clear meaning together as a team, not as BFFs, as the crowd was laughing. But the crowd thought that was funny too. Khan then said it would be extremely unfair for all those unlucky tag team chumps in the back, but they are a team. Next match was Chris Preston versus Hunter Dude Preston. As Chris and Brad comes out as they put their vote in on the voting box for the new TEW president. Hunter comes out with the American flag, grabs a fan at ringside, and has him hold the flag and runs around with him in the ring as a face. Hunter gets the crowd chanting his HDP initials. Hunter goes and votes as well as Chris is talking to the ref about something. Court Caution has a chair at ringside too. Chris gets pie face as he's jacking with his brother. Then Hunter clotheslines Chris with some momentum, taking them both from the ring. Hunter then said gets a side headlock, beats down his brother. The chant for HDP again, gets his brother up and back in the ring, delivers punches while his face is down and on the ring apron. Hunter delivered the Orton punk kick. Back in the ring, now gets a 2 count again and then another 2 count. Hunter goes to the top rope, goes for a splash, but missed. Chris took his elbow pads off and punched his little brother as he goes outside while Preston lays on the bottom rope. Then slaps him and Chris delivers a punt kick to Preston and punches him again on the bottom rope. Chris went for the springboard kick but slipped a bit as it was enough to kick him in the back and get a pin attempt, but Preston was in the ropes. Chris slapped Preston, then gets an arm breaker, delivers a side kick to Preston, and he slapped in him again. Preston counters when Chris tried to pick him up again with a kick to the face. Preston grabs his hair and puts his head into the top turnbuckle pad, then delivers a monkey flip. Preston goes up top, delivers a missile drop kick for a 2 count. Hunter runs the ropes, and then Chris delivers a big boot. Chris gets an Irish whip into a forearm on Hunter. Chris then stands briefly on his brother's head while on the bottom rope. Chris has his brother in the corner. As they trade blows, Chris goes for a drop kick and nailed it, and drug his brother into the middle of the ring, but wasn't too far from the ropes for a rope break before the 3 count. Hunter gets up as Chris catches a Russian leg sweep. Hunter gets his brother in the corner and chops him away, and they go up top for a superplex. Hunter gets a 2 count. Chris low blows Hunter while the ref missed it as Chris tried to grab a chair and nailed his brother with it, covering him for a 2 count. Chris goes for another fall and then gets another 2 as Hunter was busted open. But now Chris continued to punch Preston. Chris grabbed the chair again and hit him again and attempted to pin it and gets another 2 count. Chris throws a pout for a bit. Chris grabs the chair again, but this time hits Preston's back, and they roll to the ground. Chris superplexed Preston on the chair. Chris then put his brother's head through the chair and punched him a few times and then walked away. As Hunter then escaped and grabbed the chair, and when Chris turned around, Preston nailed Chris with it and then struck him on the back a few times. Then Preston went and stood on the chair and posed as Chris got back in the ring. Still down, Preston got in the ring as Orton fist pouncing the mat and went for the RKO, but Chris struck him first with a big boot. Went for the cover, but only got a 2. Both get up, and Hunter gets the RKO for a 2 count. A gut kick, and Hunter gets the crowd chanting his initials. Again, they trade slaps. Chris got a gut kick in and gets Preston on the top rope. Hunter is dazed, but counters Hunter's a bad RKO off the top rope for the win to retain. And then goes to his mom at ringside and hugs her briefly. Then Pooch's music hits and demands his title shot from his win from a previous contract. As he's announcing it and turns to Hunter, who then delivers the RKO while the ref has his attention to Pooch's faction outside the ring. On the apron, Corey grabs the belt and nails HCP with it and puts Pooch's hands above HCP, and the referee counts the 3 for the win. And they celebrate in the ring as Anthony Craze grabs the flag and covers Preston with it as he's out in the ring as they celebrate as the show ends for that event. So, new TEW Heavyweight Champion crowned Pooch. And now for the December 3rd edition, 2012, supposedly no shenanigans. In the main event of the Battlefield 2012, Hunter Dude Preston put his TEW title on the line against the winner of the Battle Royal, who turned out to be Chris Preston. Even though his older brother has been antagonizing him for the past several months, Hunter has been vowing not to fight his brother. Chris Preston winning the Battle Royal had no choice in the matter. After near fall, HDP pulled out the victory and retained the championship. As Hunter Dude Preston celebrated his title victory, rap music came over the PA system, and out walked Pooch, accompanied by Mongoose, Corey Summers, and Anthony Craze, with only just a few words uttered by Pooch. Guaranteed TEW title match, and he wanted it right now, then and there. Minutes later, Pooch was crowned the new TEW champion in a moment many are already referring to as the Glade Water Screwjob. Pooch had the aid of Corey Summers, Anthony Craze, and Mongoose on this day of December 2nd. Hunter Dude Preston was a victim of the new formed group, but on December 15th, he will get a shot at the TEW heavyweight title when he faces the new champion Pooch and Max Navarro in a triple threat match. Nevertheless, he would like to congratulate Pooch on his first TEW title win. And now, Elite title changes hands for December the 3rd edition 2012. Again, on December 2nd, Michael Cross defended the Elite Championship against Tiger T in a submission challenge match. This was the 3rd time in TEW history that the match has happened. It made its debut in 2007 and was once used again the following year. TEW CEO Jason Sky felt that the time had come for this type of contest to occur again for the feud between Tiger T and Michael Cross. In the past few months, it goes without saying that Jason Sky and Michael Cross have not seen eye to eye with one another. The animosity between the two actually stemmed back to Texas Face-Off 8 when Michael Cross turned his allegiance against Jason Sky. We spoke to Jason Sky before the match took place, and he was gleaming with happiness about this specific match. He stated that the Submissionist Challenge match is one of the most agonizing matches in all of TEW, and that's saying a lot. It's not due to weapons, even though one could certainly use them in this particular match. It's due to the sheer idea that one cannot escape from the clutches of one's opponent. There is no rope break. There is no count out. There is absolutely nowhere to run. Jason Sky liked the concept and felt that it was desperately needed. Michael Cross, on the other hand, did not take a liking to this match at all. He was like a cage rat from the very beginning. Tiger T proved enough, calling himself the Serengeti Suplex Machine. He also had some submissions up his sleeve. Minutes later, and a dozen submissions more, and Tiger T was awarded the winner and the new Elite Champion with his championship win. Tiger T has broken a new record by holding the Tag Team and Elite Championship simultaneously, even though he lost the Tag Team titles later in the night. We would like to congratulate Tiger T on this huge achievement, and that's coming from the TEW website where I got these highlights. Roxbury Boys returned to TEW with Colton Chain as a new member on December 3rd, 2012. In a surprising turn of events, the team of Sean Cordova and Jason Sky reformed as the Roxbury Boys after denying that they were not going to return as a team. They fooled us all. But that's not all. Colton Chain, a person who swore up and down that saw the two dancing at times, became a Roxbury Boy himself. What went down on December 2nd was a truly sight to see during a tag team match pitting Brad Kuza and Mongoose against Max Lovarro and Colton Chain. The action was all over the place. Kuza and Lovarro fought to the backstage, leaving Mongoose and Chain inside the ring. Pooch made his presence known, and the match was ruled a disqualification. The ruling didn't have any effect on Mongoose, as he's ushered in Pooch, Corey Summers, and Anthony Craig to finish off the former PYT member. Ranger attempted to make the save, but was outnumbered by the gang. Out of nowhere, the song "What Is Love" by Hathaway hit on the PA system, and behind the curtain came the Roxbury Boys to Colton Chain's aid. They cleared out the ring in record time, and announcing that the Roxbury Boys were back in action. Colton Chain, overwhelmingly confused, stood in the center ring as Sean Cordova and Jason Sky embraced in a dance. A 6-man tag team match was quickly signed with the newly reformed Roxbury Boys and K Ranger taking on Corey Summers, Pooch, and Anthony Craze. With the rising momentum of the Roxbury Boys, the opponents didn't fare well against them as they took the victory. Later in the night, Roxbury Boys returned and brought out the newest member of the Roxbury Boys, Colton Chain. He has been with several groups such as Jaggers Eat, First Family, Pretty Young Things, and now the Roxbury Boys. We spoke with Colton Chain briefly, as he stated that he had been being a member of the Roxbury Boys and is the highest accomplishment on his list. And then they had the new TEW president on December 3rd, 2012. Texas Elite held the TEW presidential election on December 2nd against Max Lovarro and Chris Preston. The TEW Chief Executive Officer at the time, Jason Sky, set up a ballot box at ringside for all the fans to choose the next president of Texas Elite Wrestling. Jason Sky believed, without a shadow of a doubt, that Max Lovarro would once again fill the shoes of the TEW president. That, however, was not the case. Later in the event, the ballots were counted, and Chris Preston had defeated Max Lovarro by a landslide. The fans were outraged, and Jason Sky was left completely dumbfounded. He had no other choice but to have Chris Preston sign the new TEW presidential agreement. As soon as he signed the contract, Colton Chain came running to the ring with another ballot box, claiming that some way or another ballot box was switched and Max Lovarro had actually won the vote. With the contract signed, Jason Sky couldn't change the decision at this point in time. The new TEW president is Chris Preston, whether we like it or not. And then we have Payne's first successful title defense as the Innovation title holder. Charles Wallace Tribute Show 2. Payne had his first title defense on December 2nd against challenger Justin Shane. At the start of 2012, Payne met Justin Shane's tag team partner Michael Cross in singles action and actually lost the Elite title to him in the bout. Payne made sure that it was not going to happen again. As he was prepared mentally and physically, backbreaker after backbreaker, Payne proved that he is an unstoppable force inside the squared circle. Nevertheless, Justin Shane showed that he was willing to do whatever it took and leave it to Gladewater. Texas with the Innovation title as he got several near falls. But in the end, it was not enough as Payne was successful in the first Innovation title defense. And we would like to wish Payne luck on his journey as the reigning and defending Innovation champion. And you can catch all of the Innovation matches on YouTube on the TEW website account. Actual matches for the No Shenanigans. Chance Wyndham makes a match as Brad Kuza and Mongoose versus Max Lavaro and Colton Chain. Referee Slim Power moves from Max and Colton and pin attempt on Mongoose while Brad Kuza makes a save and Max even suplexes Mongoose for a pin attempt as Brad saves yet again. Mongoose finally escapes as Brad taking a knee out of Max and then tags out to Brad while Max takes Colton, who also gets taken down as Brad has a Boston Crab on Colton too close to the rope. So Max knocks Brad down as Brad tags out to Mongoose, who goes to work on Colton and pin attempt as Max made the breakup. Mongoose up first and punches Colton into Irish whip and double awkwardly crossbody as the crowd cheers for Colton. Brad tries to come in, but Max throws him from the ring and goes after him. Mongoose Irish whip goes for the bicycle kick, but misses while Colton throws a wild punch. Mongoose goes for an attitude adjustment. Colton escaped and delivered the kill switch on Mongoose signals for his moonsault as I'm on the second rope as the champ Pooch knocks him off for the disqualification. As Pooch and Mongoose hold up Colton for other members of Pooch's group to attack him, and K-Ranger comes in as well as he gets beat down as the Roxbury Boys music hits and clears the ring. Jason Sky demands and speaks on the mic as well as Cordova and demands a 6-man tag match. Roxbury Boys and K-Ranger versus Pooch, Anthony Craze and Corey. Name referee Chris Grimes. Cordova and Craze starts things off with an arm lock from Cordova, and Craze escapes to the ropes. Cordova gets a side headlock, Irish whip into an atomic drop. Backbreaker tag team combo on Craze. Splash from Jason with a jumping knee on the back as Jason tags K-Ranger as he signals it early as Craze escapes and tags Corey and gets hip toss as K-Ranger on the top rope had to readjust and gets a few punches in and then tags out to Jason and pulls the guy over by his tie and locks in a headlock vertical suplex by Jason, who fingers to the eye from the guy who tags out to Pooch as Jason tags in K-Ranger, who gets an offensive flurry on Pooch, then tags Cordova, who gets some moves on Pooch, and tags to Corey as they have Corey in the corner. Craze distracts the ref while Cordova drives knees to the face in the corner and goes for a pinfall, gets a 2 count. Corey reversal Irish whip into the foot of Craze in the ropes. Corey gets a Russian leg sweep on Cordova for a 2 count. Drop kick from Craze as he tags in and suplex by Craze. Tags Pooch, open hand punch and choke in the ropes and gets a 4 count. Twice as Pooch slides outside and Cordova crotches him with a pole. Cordova drops outside as Mongoose delivers a punch on Sean. Tree of Woe from Pooch and an uppercut as he gets to their corner. They all deliver shots as he comes out of the corner and gets whipped into a double hip toss pin attempt from Corey. Back stretch on Cordova. Craze was tagged in and pin attempt 2 count. Front face lock from Craze as the crowd chants for Cordova, who elbows out. Craze goes for a clothesline and Cordova blocked it into a RKO. Cordova rolls to tag Jason as Craze tags Corey, who gets clotheslined by Jason, and Pooch tries coming in, and he gets clotheslined, and Craze gets clotheslined, and Corey comes back in and got clotheslined, and Pooch gets up, and he gets speared from Jason, and he's on fire. As Jason delivers a neckbreaker on Corey, as Cordova gets on the top rope, as Jason was on the mat, he kicked Corey into a flying clothesline from Cordova, pin attempt from Corey, raking the eyes to break free and tags out to Craze, and then gets a kick to the gut from Jason, who tags out, and they double kick and double team. A double sweep Craze down, and they motion for K-Ranger to come in without a tag and rock bottoms Corey as it was slow interaction as Jason. Sky gets a pinfall on Craze for the victory, and they celebrate and grab Anthony Craze out of the ring safely. Winner, Roxbury Boys, and K-Ranger. Backstage interview with Brad Kuza, claiming that the show was named after him. No shenanigans, as he says he's defending his title. A very own tag partner, Court Caution. Jeff, the cameraman, also interviewed Brad as he's telling Court how to wrestle him. So this is supposedly a match. Court goes into his alien character and walks away thinking he's flying into the universe. Ref counts the match 10. Counts by 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Match is over as Brad is declared the winner. Court finally comes back as he's unknown that he's got counted out. Just the same with his partner at ringside versus Pain Innovation title match. Larry Grimes is referee. They lock up. Alright, I lost my spot. Okay. Alright, just the same with his partner at ringside versus Pain Innovation title match. Larry Grimes referee. They lock up and Pain gets a side headlock into a whip. And gets Justin for a lifted knee to the gut as Justin rolls to the floor as Pain chases him and catches Justin, throwing him into the ring post, and then slides both into the ring before 10. As a pin attempt of 1, Justin reaches the ropes. Pain gets him up and whips him into the second rope. Springboards back to Pain, and he catches him and delivers a Samoan drop. Pain has him set in the corner, tries for a splash, and then Justin catches Pain with a boot just before, and then goes to the second rope himself and jumps into Pain, who caught him on his shoulders and drops him on the top rope. 2 count by Pain, and signals going up top as Justin throws the ref into the ropes, making Pain fall, crotching himself, goes up top himself, delivers a stomp to Pain's back, 2 count. It gets Pain into the second rope again while Justin gets a leg across his back for a 3 count before allowing the 5 for the disqualification. He gets a pin attempt of 2. Justin goes for a splash of his own in the corner but misses as Pain moved. And getting Justin up for a power bomb, and his partner gets on the apron and Justin escapes with a punch, allowing him to break free of the move. 2 count by Justin. Justin whipped Pain into the corner and delivered the high knee and a bulldog count for a 2 count. As Justin chokes Pain while Pain arguing with the ref about the slow counts, as it's a miracle he can count to 3. Justin goes to the top rope again and jumps right into Pain's awaiting arms and delivers a pin attempt for a 2 count. With help from Justin's partner putting his foot on the ropes. While the ref didn't see it, Pain attempted a left punch, but Justin countered with a Russian leg sweep for a 2 count. Pain escaped a whip with a kick, and he steps back and tries a drop kick as Justin grabs ref in front, and Pain hits the ref instead. Justin gets up and tries the leg sweep counter by Pain, who gets a swinging backbreaker on Justin. Pain's up while Justin's partner is on the apron again, punches Pain, who falls onto Justin and both guys' shoulders are down. And double pin is the second ref, and Chris Grimes joins in, both refs accounting the 3 count as his bad simultaneous pinfall. His dad, both of them are in the ring, dad and son, simultaneous pinfall, champ retains. Champion retains by rules. After the match, Anthony Craze tries to come in and get some action, but hesitates as Khan comes in from behind and throws Craze in the ring. Anyways, and Payne gets him on his shoulders and momentarily escapes outside the ring and runs away from Khan and Payne and get up and walk away together. And the next match, tag title, Kings of Fortune, Tiger T and Rage versus the Last of the Real. Court argues with the fans and Brad at ringside, and King's entrance like millions of dollars dance. Court and Rage start things off as Rage is whipped. And Rage catches a power slams Court. Rage with another attempt and gets him on his shoulders, but Court escaped outside the ring to recoup. He got back in and locked up. He get a cross arm breaker submission on Rage, but no tap out. Court tags in Chris. Chris kicks his back, gets a 1 count. Tags back to Court. Court delivers a clothesline in the corner on Rage. Court tried to suplex Rage, but Rage reversed it and got Court. Rage tags Tiger and they wrench Court's arm. Court escaped the ring before Tiger was about to stink face him. Tiger gets a fan chanting for them. Tiger delivers a flurry of blows, and Court barely escaped, and then Tiger threw Tiger into a corner and delivered a shoulder into his gut. 3-time shoulder thrust. Court with a chin lock and back blows, and tags back in Chris, and Chris stands on Tiger's back while he's on the bottom rope. Chris tags back in Court, and Court attempted sharpshooter on Tiger, who got to the ropes for the break, as Court wouldn't let go until the 4 count. DDT by Court and tagged in Chris, and pin attempt for 2 count. Sleeper by Chris. Tiger countered out, but Chris nailed him in the back and tagged back to Court. Pin attempt by Court with a caution submission of victory attempt by submission by the caution clutch. Submission. Tiger counted out with a slam. 10 count attempt by the ref. Both up at 5. Rage tags in and delivers clotheslines and leg dropped on Chris, and both are up as Chris delivers another shoulder in Rage's gut and into the ropes. Court tags himself in and back into the match. Double up in on Rage as Court has Rage in the corner and won't let go until the 4 count. Court whips Rage, but Rage delivered it into the pounce on Court. As Court keeps up and tags Tiger on Court. Tiger T and Court get a short armbar attempt, saved by Chris. Court signals balls as Tiger gets in and shoulder blocks Court into the rope and springs into Rage for a spinning slam pin attempt. As Chris makes a save, Court escapes the ring. Court goes up top as Rage tags Tiger in, and Chris comes in and kicks Tiger and drags Tiger to the middle of the ring as Court delivers the frog splash, swimming like tadpole splash for the pinfall and win, and they are the new champs. Winner of the Real and new tag team champions, the Last of the Real, Court Caution and Chris Preston. After the match, Rock Boys come out with their entrance music, and they introduce their new tag partner, Colton Shane, saying they like to do 3 things, which are win, dance, and party. Then they tell the Last of the Real to shine their belts up, as they will be defending them against the Rock Spirit Boys December 15th to end the show. And then the annual show that they're talking about, singles match starts off. Well, I'll give you the full short version of the results. Singles match starts. Khan defeated Corey Summers. Golden Ticket Battle Royal. 10-man entered. Fantastico won. Eliminated Chris Preston. Tag team match. Cage Rangers defeated the Los Astros. I call them Astro Brothers. And then the Elite title match. New Age Dog, Special Enforcer. Tiger T defeated Michael Cross and Rage to retain the Elite title. Singles match. Mongoose defeated Colton Shane. And then the TEW title match. Pooch defeated Hunter Du Preston and Max Navarro to retain the TEW title. And this is how it happened. Tag team title match, Roxbury Boys defeated the Last Real to become the new champions. Well, and then this is how it happened. TEW Wrestling for the Future event, the annual show at the school. Sam Matthews introduces the show as supposed talent scout Joey Gorman as he scouts all over Texas. He names a few that he could be possibly looking at, such as the Roxbury Boys, Court Caution, Chris Preston, and many others, and finally states a tag team name of Pretty Young Things. As he's leaving, they come to the ring. Mongoose speaks briefly about him coming to TEW, as a fan in the crowd actually spoke louder than Mongoose. Corey says that they may have stacked the deck, but he's not afraid of them. And that cues Big Killer Khan's music and appears as the Pretty Young Things exit the ring. Corey comes behind Khan and blows him, which means that he has joined the Pretty Young Things. They all beat down Khan. Referee Chris Grimes comes in and takes Corey off of Khan to start the match. As the referee is distracted, Joey chokes on Khan. Corey puts his knees to Khan's back of the neck and the ropes, then tries to choke him face to the ropes, where Khan just overpowers Corey and delivers a Samoan drop. As he gains control and Irish whips, Corey misses a clothesline, but nailed a shoulder block as Corey left the ring to regroup. Joey distracted Khan and then gets Khan chasing him from the ring. Corey back in the ring, and now Khan chases Joey back in and through the other side and escapes the ring. As Corey sets up and misses a clothesline, Khan headbutted Corey, and Joey tries again, distracting Khan, but Corey low blowed Khan and hit the rope crotch, second rope, as he goes down. 2 count, then rope choke for a 4 count as Joey gets in a blow to the face, and Corey tried beating Khan down, but the size factor came into play as Khan just gave him an elbow to the gut. Khan slowly got Corey up a few punches and chopped to the back. Khan went for a running move, and Corey baseball drop kicked Khan's knees from underneath him for a momentarily and delivered a backbreaker for a 2 count. Corey Irish whipped Khan and almost as Khan slowly is getting up as Joey again distracts Khan, but this time Khan caught him and gave him a punch, knocking him on the ring apron. As he's already on the ring apron, he just dropped Joey to the ring apron with a forearm or blow. Khan turned around as Corey was trying a wheelbarrow move, but Khan just knocked the ghost from his body on the back with a big forearm chop. And Joe, as he's getting the pinfall, when Joey threatens he's going to press charges as if Khan hits him as he's trying to get in the ring, and escapes and shows his manager license and that he wanted to come in the ring, but eventually left with Corey, winner of the match, and celebrating with the fans in the school auditorium. Khan. Match number 2, Golden Ticket Battle Royal, 10-man. Contestants are Chris Preston, HCP, Mongoose, Fantastico, Colton Shane, Tiger T, Brad Kuza, Court Caution, Rage, Brian Tonic. 4 minutes in the match, all bodies are all over the ring. Court Caution gets eliminated number 1 by Tiger T first, then 2 seconds later, Tonic gets tossed out by Rage. As elimination number 2, Court tries to get back in, but the referee, Larry Grimes, didn't allow it. HCP delivers a clothesline on his brother, Chris. HCP attempted a suplex as Chris countered and gave HCP one. The other side of the ring action had Tiger T and Mongoose battle in the corner, almost getting Mongoose eliminated over the top, as Fantastico has Chris Preston up, but couldn't lift him over just barely the second rope, but much less the top rope. And he delivers punches on Chris in the corner. Mongoose and Tiger T duking it out. In the other corner, as the third corner, has Colton and HCP hip-tossing Brad Kuza. Fantastico gets Chris Preston up on the top rope, and HCP has Mongoose up near the ropes. HCP goes for a running clothesline that actually eliminates himself as number 3, and he missed Mongoose. Mongoose held ropes and he's over the top. Brad Kuza throws Colton from behind over the top rope in elimination number 4. As he was beating down Fantastico as Tiger T and Rage have Mongoose up for elimination. Brad then steps on Fantastico's neck as Chris makes a save as Mongoose and Brad have Fantastico on the second rope and steps on him as Mongoose has Tiger T tied up in the top rope as Brad Kuza comes to help Tiger and falls to the apron hanging on, but Mongoose baseball slides him off and eliminates Tiger T at number 5. Chris and Brad have Rage up and over to the apron, and Chris delivers a super kick to Rage to eliminate at number 6. Him and Brad go for a clothesline Fantastico, but moves and he's over the top, elimination number 7. Mongoose double axe handles Fantastico, then Irish whips Fantastico over the top to the apron. He then goes for the shoulder block but missed, and he's eliminated at number 8 over the top. Fantastico beats down Chris Preston on the opposite corner. Chris counters, beating him down on the mat. Chris throws Fantastico through the ropes, thinking he's been eliminated and won, but then Fantastico makes his way back into the ring as Chris tries to pick him up over this time, but Fantastico counters with a face scratch, allowing the breakup. Fantastico grabs Chris like Randy Orton does before his patented second rope DDT to the apron and chops him down, holding the bottom rope, using his feet, trying to push him out, but couldn't. Chris knocks the hands off the ropes for releasing. So he then goes. So then he can get back up in the ring. Chris got Fantastico up for the suplex and dropped him feet first to the apron. Delivers a European uppercut to him, but lands butt on the apron. Still holding the top rope. Neither foot reaches the ground as Chris tries to punching him out, but not working. Chris tried one more big punch that almost got him out of the ring, and Fantastico tried to pull him out with his feet still holding the ropes, but Chris slipped back in the ring. Chris then pulled him back fully into the ring, sets up and signals that it's over, and goes for what looks like a powerbomb attempt, but Fantastico reversed it and caught the top rope and used his feet, and finally eliminated Chris at number 9 and won the Golden Ticket Battle Royal. It was presented the Golden Ticket, and he says something thank you in Spanish. And then we have match number 3, the Astro Brothers, none other as Excelente Astro and Ultimo Astro, versus the K-Ranger and Chris Cage, as their tag team name is Cage Rangers, and the referee is Chris Grimes. Chris Cage starts things off versus Ultimo with a power of the finger several times. Comedy, same thing again. You know how the power of the finger, knocking them down, fall. This was a comedy match the whole entire match. The second time, Ultimo screams his name, Excelente, comes in, no tag, and checks on his partner, listening to his head, and then his foot. Acts like his foot's a cell phone and picks up like talking to him. And then he goes and out he goes to the ring apron. Chris walks up to Ultimo again and does the same thing. Falls back into his corner as Chris is like 6'4" of sort. As Chris Cage is like 6'4" of sort, and Ultimo barely like 5'8" of sort. So big height difference. Ultimo gets on the apron and says something in Spanish, making Chris go back to his corner, and he motions to as Chris Cage motions to kiss his butt. Tap. They finally lock up, and Ultimo with a side headlock, and Chris counters with an Irish whip, hip toss combo, then another as Ultimo leaves the ring and gathers with his brother. Ultimo goes for a running move, and Chris hip tosses him again and demands to face K-Ranger now, and Chris obliges, and crowd now is into the match as they chant, "Let's go K-Ranger." A knee thrust from Ultimo, and K-Ranger catches Ultimo off the top ropes with a wicked miss hip toss of his own. K-Ranger gets a whip, and toss perfected this time. K Ranger tags back in Cage as he gets the hit. As now Cage gets his a crowd into it with the Let's Go Cage. Cage delivers a standing hip toss on Ultimo as Ultimo demands timeout. He mentions something to the ref, and then the ref tells Cage something. Cage tells Ultimo he has something for him and gives him an invisible bomb. This brings more comedy into Max's Excellente as well as they play hot potato with the invisible bomb. Back and forth as Ultimo and they play catch with it and sets it. Ultimo finally catches it back and sets it in the corner. He says it's safe for the time being, and realize it's fake. So they walk up to it together as Cage screams "Boom!" as they both jump backwards like stunt people who do simultaneously. Ultimo gets back up as K Ranger is tagged in, and they lock up a side headlock from Ultimo and whips K Ranger to the ropes as Excellente delivers kick to the back. Ultimo with a neck breaker for 2 count. Both brothers double team K Ranger, baseball kick and leg drop combo for 2 count. Standing elbow leg drop for a combo for 2. Standing elbow drop by Excellente for a 2 count. Tags back in Ultimo. Ultimo choke in the corner for a 3 count. Snapmare face lock. K Ranger puts hands out, tells Ultimo to stop as he does the toe stomp on Ultimo as Excellente comes in and gets the same treatment. As K Ranger mocked them, gave them both the foot toe drop. As they both try to regroup, they both double team try and clothesline K Ranger as K Ranger ducks and runs the ropes and double clothesline them instead. Ranger tags out to Cage, who forearms Ultimo down, goes for a splash, but Ultimo moved and Cage caught himself, but Ultimo kicked Cage in the back a few times. Now Cage is down. Ultimo snapmares Cage over for a face lock. Cage counters with a hip toss and tags back to K Ranger, who gets kicked and kick punch and body dropped. Ultimo goes up top for a clothesline, but K Ranger counter with knees as both guys getting countered for a 10 count as they're both trying to get up. But Ranger kicked him off, allowing him to tag in. Cage, Ultimo ran into a punch from Cage, clotheslines Excellente for two times and gets the X Factor on him for a 2 count. Goes up top with him, 10 punches. Thinks he's made a tag, but to K Ranger, but who is in opposite corner. Hogan thinks he's made a tag, but to K Ranger, who does the Hogan no shake with the finger. Cage signals to Ranger for a double team maneuver, which is obliged with the Orton backbreaker, and tag to Ranger, who gets Excellente up for a spinning stunner for the 3 count. And after the match, they raise Excellente's hand too, and he falls down as the Cage Rangers exit the ring, greeting the fans as they exit the arena backstage. Winner match Cage Rangers. Well, still in the ring. Well, Slim announces January 20th as the next show, and they say Santa Claus is here. TEW style, wearing a Santa suit and a luchador mask, dancing around with the fans, and comes in the ring saying something first, then enters and meets the Ultimo brothers. Well, I say the Astro brothers, and counts to 3, then kicks Ultimo in the gut and stuns him, and then does the same thing to Excellente, circle fingers, and then exits the ring. Does the Macho Man woo, and then exits the ring. Heads to back to the North Pole, match number 4. Slim announces the New Age dog for the enforcer of the match. Championship match, triple threat, elite title. Rage versus Tiger T versus Michael Cross. Cross attacked Tiger on his way to the ring. So Rage, since Rage was already in the ring, they start off with Rage getting an Irish whip, clothesline on Cross, shoulder thrust to him in the corner and another whip, and hip toss for a 2 count. Rage kicks him down, and the corner goes for another whip, but Cross countered with a kick and punches before. Cross countered with a kick and punches before. He tried for a suplex, but Rage countered with a over-the-shoulder pickup. that Cross countered out with elbows, and they traded blows before Rage went for running the rope while getting the ref out of the way and tonic. And eventually caught Rage with a clothesline from Hell. As Cross caught him with a clothesline from Hell as he was trying to pick up Rage. Tiger came in the ring to break that up. Tiger goes for Cross in the corner with punches, then gets caged up for a double team. Hip toss, they picked up Cross up again, and Tiger's back in the ring. They do a double wave old school style clothesline on Cross up again and delivers a double suplex on Cross. Double team elbow on Cross, rolling out of the ring and sits in the crowd as the New Age Dog talks to him. Briefly, Tiger T and Rage battle in as Rage gives a hip toss to Tiger T and throws Cross. Dog throws Cross back in the match as Tiger T gets another hip toss and a 2 count. Rage tries one more time to whip Tiger T, but Tiger caught him with a knee lift, and he countered and got another knee lift on Rage 3 times again, and finally releases the arm of Rage. Irish Whip from Tiger this time. Rage caught Tiger with a spine buster for a 1 count breakup from Cross. Cross grabbed the head of Rage, who countered with a chin buster. Rage gets Tiger on his shoulders as Cross rolls him up from underneath. Only gets a 2 count as both men's shoulders were down. Cross kicks Tiger from the ring. Picks up Rage from the mat like Undertaker gets up. And Cross delivers a nasty swinging clothesline for a 2 count. New Age Dog gets Tiger up. Briefly, and as Cross has Rage in a back stretch, and Dog throws Tiger back in on the apron. As Cross sees him on the apron, goes for him with a forearm smash and delivers a knee thrust to the second rope as he's hanging inside the ropes and back falls outside. Back to the ring apron. And he goes back to work on Rage and whips him into a big boot and gets a delayed 2 count as the ref actually stopped before he could get his foot on the bottom rope. Cross goes to pick up Rage and Tiger T is getting back in the ring at this time. Suplex attempt was blocked by Rage, who counters with 1. Tiger slides under the bottom rope as Rage tries to get him up to help double team. Cross delivers double elbows, then double clotheslines Cross. All 3 are down now. Rage gets up at 2 and gets a 2 count 2 times as Rage is checking on Tiger T, making sure he's not hurt. In the corner, at least standing up, Tiger punches Rage out of nowhere, whips Rage to the corner, and delivers a kick to the gut. Delivers a face over the shoulder suplex on Rage that gets it close enough for Rage to roll and pin Cross, but only got a 2 count. Tiger tries to pin Rage for a 2. Crosses back up and pie faces Tiger out of the way. Body slams Rage as he goes to the top rope and tries for a swanton, but misses Rage as he rolled out of the way. Tiger grabs Cross and whips into the corner and running drop kicks him. Signals again. But somehow the ref, Larry Grimes, got in the way and splashes both of them. Cross caught a wild punch that knocked him to the floor with no padding. New Age Dog is in the ring as the ref now. And Cross and him bad talk themselves momentarily as Cross throws a wild punch and Dog catches him with a rock bottom. Then drags Tiger on top for the pinfall and the 3 count. Winner and new champion, Tiger T comes in and raises Rage comes in and raises all three of their hands. Match number 5. Colton Chain versus Mongoose with Joey, the scout. They started off with punches and counters. And then a kick to the gut from Mongoose, who beats down, then drags to the corner for a headbutt. Headbutts the corner pad, then tried to drag for the second headbutt. But Colton blocked with his boot. And what a stretch from a big guy. A big guy like myself, with his great flexibility. Mongoose blocked a punch from Colton and got a headbutt. Anyway, punch to the gut again by Mongoose, as Mongoose then distracted the ref. Joey got a punch in and then a choke. More punches and whips. Colton into the other corner with a clothesline that drops Colton. Then a foot choke from Mongoose, stands on Colton's back while on the bottom rope. Shoulder thrust from Mongoose as Mongoose stands near the ropes as the fans try to cheer for Colton, and tries for another shoulder thrust, but missed a Russian leg sweep from Colton on Mongoose and gets a 2 count near the ropes from Colton. Near the ropes as Joey helped to get his foot on the rope. Suplex by Colton for a 1 count headlock on Mongoose. Suplex by Colton for a 1 count headlock on Mongoose. Again with the DDT stake style for a 2 count on Mongoose, as Mongoose is up and rake the eyes to break free. Mongoose has Colton up now. As the crowd chants Colton's name again, punched Colton wildly. They hit him on the top like a chop, and down went Colton. Mongoose whipped Colton into the brogue kick, and he mocks Colton, and only gets a pin attempt with 2. He tries it 3 times, tosses Colton to the floor. Joey throws him back in the ring momentarily. 2 count. Colton rolls Mongoose while not looking for a 2. Clothesline. And it was Colton. Schoolboy rolled him up for a 2 count out of nowhere. Clothesline by Mongoose. Colton on offense now, running boot to the face. Body slam by Colton. Goes for the second rope, but Mongoose rolls from the ring. Colton goes after Mongoose, and as Joey runs back to the back momentarily as they make 2 laps around the ring, Mongoose gets back in the ring, slides back out as Colton awaits, and Joey's back in the corner. Colton runs after Mongoose again as Joey escapes through the crowd. Mongoose back inside as Colton gets in the ring and gets stomped by Mongoose. Suplex by Mongoose, headbutt by Mongoose, whipped Colton and went for a clothesline, but nobody's there. Colton Samoan dropped Mongoose. Crowds cheering for Colton, and they trade blows as Mongoose rakes Colton's eyes again. Colton goes for the backstabber and drove Mongoose into the ref, knocking him to the mat. Colton tries to pin, but no ref, as the ref was down, as it was at least a 5 count. Colton has him in a headlock where Mongoose counters out with a mule kick, and into Joey for a hot shot off the top rope. Mongoose delivers white noise as Joey pushes the ref to see the pinfall, and ref counts 3 as Mongoose has him pinned. And after the Mongoose goes to the crowd, they say he cheated to win. He said he still won, and Corey Summers joins the celebration, and they hugged. Mongoose in his street clothes as he hugged, while Corey is in his street clothes now. Being heels, they still dance with the kids as they left through the crowd. TEW Championship match, triple threat, Pooch, champion with Mongoose versus Max Lavaro versus HCP. Referee is Chris Grimes for the match. Pooch starts off arguing with the ref about checking opponents' gear to see if they have foreign objects. As he does that, Pooch runs into a body slam from Max. HCP tries a body slam attempt, but can't get him up. Max forearms the HCP on his back and whips. Max whips. HCP counters him with a whip that catches Max for a body slam. Goes up top for a missile drop kick as Pooch is back in and throws him out of the ring. Pin attempt by Pooch. HCP back in and beats on Pooch. Shoulder thrusts him into the corner. Then gets up Max and drags him and hit Pooch with Max's head. ATP sets them both and punched Max a few times, then gets back splashes both guys. And whips Pooch to the opposite corner, then monkey flips Pooch over, and Max is back up, leaning on the other corner. HTP goes and monkey flips Max back into the center of the ring. Pooch is back up, suplexes HTP. Gets a two count. Save by Max, and Max delivers flying knees to the shoulder of Pooch. 2 count, HTP back in and suplexes Max on HTP, and Pooch pin attempts 2 count as Max is slowly up. A punch and a left kick. Okay, I lost my spot again. Okay, pin attempt from HTP, and Pooch only gets a 2. As a punch makes a save, HTP then tries to pick them both up. Apparently changed his mind and then dropped Max on Pooch for a 2 count. As HTP reached down and picked up Pooch to save the 3 count, only a 2. Then HTP gives Max a headbutt to the corner padding and the turnbuckles as HTP tried to pick Max up to the next level of ropes, being the second level. Max countered with punches of his own and goes top himself, which allowed a counter from HTP and sets up the second rope draping DDT. Pooch back up and rakes the eyes of HTP, setting him up on the tree of woe, and crotches HTP. Pooch then went to Max and then slingshot his neck into the bottom rope. Then does the butt bump on HTP, belly to back suplex on HTP. Head scissors choke on Pooch on the mat. Max with a figure 4 leg lock on HTP, and HTP counters both men's hold by reversing it. HTP gets a headbutt into the turnbuckle on Pooch, then slides both guys on the apron head first and delivers a double punt kick, knocking both outside the ring and to the floor with no padding. And HTP poses on the ring ropes back inside the ring. Max leveled Mongoose outside the ring, then goes back inside the ring. Double axe handles HTP, but missed hitting second rope himself. HTP went to whip Max, but Max reversed it and whipping HTP into the turnbuckle. Delivers a splash on HTP, pooches up and in the ring and sets up HTP for a superplex as Max is watching. Max goes underneath Pooch, and what's next is a Tower of Doom suplex powerbomb combo. Pooch is hurting, squirming around the ring from the suplex, and Max and HTP double clothesline attempt at each other, and neither go down, and HTP goes for another clothesline and nails it. Double axe handle swings on Pooch. HTP climbs to the top, but too much time has been wasted as Pooch is up, so he's down and headbutts, and the turnbuckle 10 count punch as HTP climbs on top of climbs on Max and tells him to let him do it as Max is telling him to let him do it instead. A double stomp to Pooch as Max climbs up top rope. Double stomp to Max to Pooch's chest. Max reverses a whip top corner to the other corner and delivers a splash. He's about to do it again as Pooch is up and tells Max to try it on him. Well, he tries it on him. Pooch ducks and drops the top rope as Max goes down and out to the floor, at least to the apron, where HTP comes and knocks him off as Pooch ducks again. And Pooch rolls HTP up for the 3 count, holding it tight. As Pooch is leaves, HTP gets on the mic and thanks Max for a great match and shakes and hugs him to show great sportsmanship as Pooch is just leaving the backstage. Match number 7 in your main event, tag team titles. Last of the Real with Brad Kuza versus Roxbury Boys with Colton and Shane. Jason Scott starts it off for his team, while Court caution starts for his team. Court slaps Jason Sky as he tries. Court catches Jason as he tries to slap him back and block the attempt, and Samoan dropped, but Jason elbowed out of it. Then slapped Court, knocking his mouthpiece out of his mouth. Jason then nails more blows and whips Court, but Court reverses Jason into a clothesline, then another, and then hip tosses it, and then an arm drag, and then delivers a walk around standing body slam. Drop kick by Jason. Court escapes to the ring, from the ring to regroup. The last of the real talk a bit to each other as Court tags in Chris as he's back in the ring, and Jason tags in Sean Cordova. Chris pie faces Sean, and Sean turns to Colton, and then surprisingly, pie faces Chris back. Chris goes for a clothesline, but Sean ducked. Sean delivered a forearm to Chris. Then a side headlock. Chris counters with a whip on Sean, and Sean delivers a shoulder block from a reversal. Does the Roxbury taunt. Sean then runs the ropes and catches Chris with an atomic drop, then drop kicked and sent Chris into Jason in the corner and delivered punch back to Sean, who gets the same treatment, and then another, and then an uppercut for Sean, who then tags in Jason. They double team drop kick Chris out of the ring, and they regroup, taking their tag belts and try to walk back up the entranceway and drop the title belts as Sean and Jason drag the champs back into the ring. Court slid through and out the ring and was trying to pull Chris out of the ring, but Sean pulling his leg, and with a tug-of-war battle began. What is this? A kid's game now instead of wrestling? Well, okay. Well, Jason came in to help drag Chris back in. Then Brad tried to help, as that brought Colton over for a moment, as Chris was dropped in the ring face first and down to the mat. Sean grabbed the correct leg, the left leg, and swung it into Jason for a backbreaker. Two count pin attempt, and then tags in Sean. Sean delivered some blows, and then whipped Chris into the ropes, where Chris grabbed the rope and escaped the ring again. Chris taunted Sean and got him to chase him outside the ring, where the rest of the Real were waiting. Court sets up a clothesline, but Sean ducked, and Brad catches him with a clothesline. And Brad celebrates as Court stomps on Sean, and then Brad finally joins in, as he's not paying attention. Jason runs and does a suicide dive through the ring barrier into the crowd and into the seats. Jason picks his partner up from under the ring and puts him back in the ring. Chris sees this as he's back in the ring and attempts the knuckle punch several times. He attempted it a third time. And Sean is up. Arm drag on Chris. Sean goes like he's about to tag Jason, but spins around, kicks, springboard him off the top rope across the ring, and drop kicks Chris in the corner by his feet, only to drop kick him back down on the mat like a power bomb. 2 count save by Court. Then Sean then drags Chris by his foot across the ring, and then tags in Jason, who delivers an elbow drop, snap mare by the hair by Jason. Knees to shoulder thrust, Chris in the corner, headbutt run into Jason's boot, tag to Jason. Chris breaks the eyes to break free, who tags to Court, who walked into a double axe handle smash from Jason. Flying body hand smash on Court. Back body drop Court over his shoulder. 2 count by Jason. Forearms Court. Then whips Court to the corner. Who springboards back, clotheslines Jason for a 1 count. Side headlock on Jason, who tries to get back up, but Court throws him back down. Court body slams Jason near the corner. Sets up a rolling splash for a 2 count. Yeah, the rolling thunder splash. Court chokes Jason with his feet as Brad stands nearby. As Brad chokes as the ref is distracting the ref. Then Court delivers a kick to the back of Jason, a blind tag from Chris, making a sound like tag. In the ref's ear, he gets a kick to Jason for a 2 count. Snapmare on Jason and a running high drop kick. Even Caval would say that hurt. 2 count. Chris whips Jason into a boot from Court. Chris tags in Court, a double team beat down. And even Brad holds Jason down while Colton comes for the save as the ref sees them involved in the match and he throws them from the arena. Court has Jason down and tags in Chris, who kicks his face. Camel clutch stretch. Tag back in Court, who sets in the sharpshooter and reaches Chris for an extra levers as the referee sees this, and Sean jumps in for the save. Court repositions Jason for a moonsault that he attempted and missed. Jason that goes for a running enziguri that barely caught Court's head and that still knocked him across the ropes. Both crawl to make tags as Sean gets a double axe handle on Chris first. Forearms by Chris, whipping a whip countered by Sean into the corner and came back with an uppercut to Chris. As Court from the apron tried clotheslining but missing Sean, who then delivered a kick to Court, sending him to the floor. And the crowd sliding as Sean celebrates. Chris from behind tries to run the ropes, where Sean follows Chris and runs into an enziguri. Jason gets Chris up for a belly-to-back suplex, but drops him back first, X-Factor style. Double kick Russian leg sweep by the Roxbury boys. 2 count save by Court. Back in, Sean beats down Court. Back to the outside, Jason and Chris are in the ring alone by themselves. Jason whipped Chris into the corner, but Chris stopped with a boot to the turnbuckle. And then a wild punch knocking, looked like the super punch from MMA style. And only gets a 2 count from Chris, while Sean throws Court hit first into the ring post, but sets up the finish. Chris signals for his finisher and ran to the rope. Sean came in and slid under Chris's feet. Grabbed his arm while Jason double team dropped for the pinfall and the 3 count. Dropped him on his back for the 3 count. Winner and new tag champs, Roxbury boys, they celebrate with their non-PG dance to end the event with their pelvic thrust. And that ends my results for December of TEW Wrestling. As soon as I get the DVD, I can watch the January show and get them uploaded as well. Thanks and peace out.